Anything at all started. It's a funny game. A lot of things can happen.
I've seen it turn around too many times. And I'm sure Lisa has as well.
Excellent shot on lane 23. Lisa trying to muster a charge, if at all possible, with a strike there in the 6th.
Leanne just trying to really stay clean at this point. Keep her concentration. Obviously, she wants to throw strikes, continue the pressure.
Yeah, you don't want to change anything right now. Just kind of go up and throw the same type of shot.
A native of Fremont, California. Really good junior bowling programs up in the Northern California area. And there's Dennis Baldwin from Fab Ball Baltimore that I mentioned earlier, and also Hal Brindle from the Utah branch.
Well, we got them all here, don't we?
We sure do.
Can't thank those gentlemen enough for their participation in sponsoring and also utilizing their equipment out here on the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour.
I have to mention Dennis has pretty good Orioles seats as well, as I got a couple of those tickets this past summer, and 3 rows up from first base. You can't ask for much better than that.
No, had a good chance to go watch a couple of ball games.
You bet.
Well, that's right. Now that you're in Annapolis, are you an Orioles fan?
Sure.
Yeah, you have to be now.
You bet.
Down by 44 is Lisa Wagner. Leanne Barrett in workmanlike fashion. Very little emotion from Leanne this evening, and it's just been pretty much go up and get the job done and go sit down.
Normally we see a little bit more of emotion from Leanne. I'm very surprised she is so subdued, but maybe it's a new approach. You know, the last few times we haven't really seen her come out as the victor in the matches, other than one title a little bit earlier this fall.
Heading into this one, she was 5-9 this year in match play in the championship round. She's obviously 8-9 right now, trying to go to 500 if she beats Lisa. Working on a strike, pivotal right here, has to have a double. And doesn't get the help that she needs. Leaves the 2-pin, so doesn't look like it's going to be Lisa Wagner's night. As you can see, a little frustration written on her face.
Well, Lisa's title's coming early in the year, Denny. Way back in February and early April, so it's been many months since she's been able to go for the title.
And for her, that's an unusual dry spell.
I think she's really having a problem with that as well. You know, she may not admit it, but you see it so many times when a player is constantly on top and all of a sudden another player is on top. You have a tendency to watch them a little bit more than concentrating on your own game and stay within yourself and go out and perform to your abilities.
How much of it, Leanne, do you think comes down to just motivation? I mean, this woman has accomplished everything you could possibly accomplish, and yet, you know, she has to go out and find that competitive spirit year in and year out, week in and week out, and she's still just the tender age of 29, but this lady has bowled a lot of tournaments and been in a lot of competitions. It's tough.
Well, that's very true. You know, she has a new interest in auto racing. Her and Kent have been trying to put together some deals, and she does a lot of work for Brunswick, a lot of promotions and exhibition works. I mean, you definitely get to a burnout stage, a tired stage, and it would probably be beneficial for Lisa to maybe take a little time and just, you know, well, she'll have it. She'll have December and January to try to get that competitive spirit back. Meanwhile,
you're catching Leanne Barrett in full swing, as she has just been a dominating player ever since she came out on the tour, but over the last couple of years has just consistently gotten better and better, and she has developed some new hand releases and some new confidence, obviously learning equipment more and more and gaining more and more confidence. You see that average, 211.59, that's almost 3.5 pins higher than Tish Johnson, who is second right now in LPBT average, and that is a bundle. Talking about a lot of sticks at the end of the year when you average 3 or 4 more pins better than the person at second.
And that's for well over 500-600 games across the country.
That's
on
also
so many different lane conditions.
Yeah. That's also for a W right there. She's a winner. This one, Lisa Wagner, is already out of the wood. Kind of a strange title match. 2 weeks in a row. Some uneventful championship games. Lisa Wagner obviously going to say, sure, now you're going to strike. Never fails. You always carry when you don't need it. But a second-place finish for Lisa Wagner, who will head for Los Angeles and then to Las Vegas.
A disappointed Lisa Wagner. She bowled well all week. Really threw that last shot great.
Well,
get a little bit mad, a little more fire in you. What do you think?
Well, when you average 226 and you fight and you scrap and you lead a tournament like she did here, it was a dogfight last night. Then you come out and you have a little problem with the footing and you run into a player that's hot. It is frustrating.
Trying to convert the 310.
Well, you can tell the fans appreciative of the week-long effort, even though Lisa right now is a little hot under the collar. She gets a chance to cool off. She'll realize that she still bowled exceptionally well this week, and it's something you can build on. Hey, there's 2 more left, and of course the biggie in Samstown. You want to try and get some momentum heading into the final couple of events. Lisa Wagner finishes up. And a game of 169 is not going to beat very many people in any matches, let alone a championship. So Leanne Barrett will successfully defend. Second week in a row that's happened. And quick, who won last week in L.A. or last year in L.A.? We got to find out.
We never bowled in L.A. for a couple years. But, you know, something really ironic here, Leanne Barrett bowled 169 last week to lose to Nikki. So in our title match, we had 2 players bowl 169.
Well, she averaged 231 coming into this championship game. Games of 236, 236, 223. So Leanne Barrett, the winner of the $40,000 Hammer Western Open. And she did it in fine fashion by throwing some clutch strikes, getting lined up, and getting ahead in all of her matches, and basically executing. And when you get a player of her talent in that kind of a mode, she's going to come out ahead.
Well, she told me it was her turn to defend her title. I thought she meant it was her turn to win the match against Nikki,
right,
which I think she did. But to come all the way up the ladder is
well, that's the other thing we
really
haven't talked
a great
about.
accomplishment.
How many times do you see a player 2 weeks in a row win 4 matches to capture a championship? Doesn't happen very often. 259 to 169 as Leanne finishes with the last 5. A brilliant performance for Leanne Barrett, who now applauds herself. Oh, now she's going to have fun, Leila, when she finally gets the victory.
Well, you know, she was